Here's a problem you might have. Side projects. The thing is, side projects are usually bound to failure, and that's okay. You either get bored, lose interest, or simply forget about it after a few days. At least that's a problem I have, and today I've got the solution. That is a new side project. I recently started working on a Next.js app that is basically something to keep track of what I want to do on my side project. For example, create a decent landing page. This tool is already hosted on Vercel, which means you can use it too. It's obviously also open source, which means you can contribute to it, you can leave a star, and you're free to participate to this project. I already written a high-level roadmap on the README, but I'm really open to more suggestions. But how does it work? Well, let me log out for a second and let's go back to the login. Everything begins with the GitHub login. And if you're interested, I'll talk you about the code later. Let's stick to the features for now. Here I've got my dashboard with the projects I selected. I can obviously add one more. And you're not only bound to your own projects, but for example, you can pick whatever project you want. And the reason is, for example, that since I'm a maintainer on Tanstack form, I might want to add some notes, even if it's not my repository. So from here, I can indeed add some tasks. I can obviously add even more, and I can individually mark them as completed. A handy feature I want to add is that when you click on the details, now it's just a JSON stringify of the item, but I want to give the ability of linking issues and pull requests to your tasks and add synchronization with GitHub features. For example, one more thing super handy might be adding tags to repositories and also to tasks, so that you can find them easier, you can filter them. Since here the first feature I just wanted to give it a try is that you can star a repository so that it shows on top under favorite repositories, or you can remove the star and get back to the main list. Like I said, I started this project just a few days ago, but I've got a lot of really cool ideas, like issues and PRs assigned to tasks, and also due dates with notifications, reminders. So I'm really open to other suggestions you might have. But if you're interested in contributing, let's have a quick look at the code. Like I said, it's a Next.js app and I'm using the app router for the simple reason that I want to learn how to use it better. Which means I'm also using server actions and not Tanstack query because, well, I want to give server actions and React server components a try. So if you're interested, this may be a good project to learn together. The authentication, as you can see, is done through the GitHub provider and stored on Supabase. And so is everything else in the application. So I've got the Supabase client, which I use throughout my app in order to send actions and retrieve data. If you notice, when I edit the tasks, the update is immediate. You can see there are no loading indicators and I can spam new tasks as fast as I want. And you can also see a hint here because this is disabled for a moment and then goes enable. And the reason is optimistic updates. I'm giving it a try with the React use optimistic hook, which you can see here. And by the way, this might also be an interesting topic for a dedicated video. What do you think? Isn't that a good reason to subscribe to the channel? So that you're not gonna miss my video on the use optimistic hook. One more feature I wanted to try is the unstable cache that Next.js offers to caching data coming from third-party libraries. For example, here I wanted to cache the data coming from the GitHub's API so that my application does less calls to GitHub. And I think this is one more really interesting topic which I could talk about. So what do you think? If that sounds a reasonable project to do, and you're maybe interested in learning some of the technologies used behind the scenes like Next.js, Supabase, server actions, I think this can be an interesting project with a valid use case where we can learn new technologies and actually make something really useful for us developers with maybe a lot of side projects that more often than not fail way earlier than expected. And that was it. If you're interested, the project is called Maintenance. You can leave a star and I will be really happy if you want to participate to the project. I will talk about the features we're gonna implement together in the channel. So again, make sure to subscribe. And that was the last thing I wanted to say. Thanks again for watching the video and see you in the next one. Bye!